Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zakk.
I'm Shane.
And we are returning again with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Do you remember what happened last time?
We had... Who was it? Was it Bucky? He orchestrated the prison riot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he basically... It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission.
Yep.
He goes
they break Zemo
He pitches Sam the idea while unbeknownst to Sam,
the audience
it's already going on or happening.
And the audience is seeing it, very stylized as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Zemo out, he agrees to help, and he just dripping swaggy goo. You know what I mean? Dripping off his body. Love that guy. We meet that lady in the beginning who represents the power broker. I can't remember, but she gets killed pretty early.
She dies pretty quick.
Yeah, and then we had that tense scene where... Wasn't there a part where... Falcon was wearing like a zoot suit and heels.
He's the smiling tiger.
Yeah, the smiling tiger.
Yeah.
Because he had a stupid name. He's complaining about it.
Yeah.
And then we run into Sharon Carter, who we haven't seen since Civil War. She agrees to help as long as she can get pardoned, or at least as long as Falcon can keep his word that he'll try to get her pardoned.
Yeah.
And they have to find...
Will Nagel.
Well, okay, yeah. Yeah, Nagel. Yeah, Dr. Nagel.
Who has recreated the super soldier serum by, I believe, reverse engineering it.
Okay.
Isolating portions of it.
Like Bob Lazar.
Like Whiplash from Iron Man 2.
I want to see that movie once. I love Mickey Rourke.
I like Mickey Rourke a lot too.
Yeah.
And his father was involved with Stark Industries and Tony Stark's dad.
Yeah.
They felt they got fucked out of a lot of money and a lot of...
Kind of like Wanda and Quicksilver. They felt like they got fucked by Stark too.
Okay, well, they definitely felt like they got fucked.
Yeah.
And so after Whiplash's dad dies, he goes back to the plans, reverse engineers the technology, which comes out with that fucking... that exoskeleton with the fucking badass whips, and he's out there tearing apart cars and shit.
That was cool.
The beginning of the movie is so good, and then the end of it gets a little over the top for me, but...
I can't remember, but I remember overall liking it more than some people did, and I really love Mickey Rourke. He elevates...
he was great.
Yeah, he's great. But it basically ended with, I think, the Flag Smashers, and we talked about, I think we both thought that it was a little unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
Unnecessary, drinking your own urine?
No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste.
That was pretty much it. It ended with that note. Oh, and there's also Bucky recognizes a Wakandian tracking device. It runs into that chick.
She let him there.
I couldn't remember his name, but she wants Zemo.
Her.
What?
Her name.
Her name?
Her name.
What did I say?
You said his name.
Did I?
Then you turned around and said you used the fucking...
The right pronoun?
The right pronoun, so...
Okay, well...
It's okay.
Either way, he recognized her, the Wakandian tracking device. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name either. I remember her role in Wakanda.
Okay.
But she wants Zemo.
Yeah.
Because Zemo is responsible for the death of the king of Wakanda prior to whatever Black Panther's real name is.
Okay. Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty much it. We're going to jump in. I was going to say, it looks like Wakanda. And it is. Is he trying to resist being activated?
Probably. Maybe they're testing him.
It's kind of a form of talk therapy. You introduce stimuli that triggers people and they fight it. Man.
So when I was a kid, my TT passed away. Your TT? Yeah, my TT, yeah. Who is your TT? When I was a kid, my aunt passed away. And the entire neighborhood got together for a ceremony.
DT.
It was like a week long. Your TT with the pride. Irresistible.
You're DT.
Was funded and run by the GRC.
Dude, I love that guy, man. He's
I like the actor a lot.
Yeah, he's great. Crazy guy just started singing.
Streaming King.
Friend Donya passed away. Did you know her?
Yes.
Do you see these men there? They're very bad. Not to be trusted. Donya is our little secret, okay?
Drop him. Not the business.
Cute kids.
Thank God he had his Turkish delights.
He planned it out. Or he dumped him out on the counter in the beginning.
Yeah.
Nothing. No one's talking about Danya.
You want to see what someone can do with leverage?
Oh, very nice.
Get easy. Don't engage him. He's just going to extort you into that stupid head tilt thing. Some cherry blossom tea. No, you go ahead.
Sounds really lovely, actually. I love graves that are secret little stash places or tombs.
How do you pull back out?
He always used to tell me if you're doing something and it makes you scared, it's probably because it's the right thing. And he fought Nazis, so.
Seems like good advice.
Sounds like circumstantial advice.
Very sick, goddamn circumstantial. You know what I mean? I'm doing heroin. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like shaking. It's the right thing!
Driving drunk.
Yep.
I guess I wasn't real scared.
You're gonna let your partner walk into a room with a super soldier alone.
He's dealt with worse.
If you can talk her down, might be worth a try.
Battlestar for the save.
Yep.
We'll deal with you later.
I'm sure it will all come to an agreeable conclusion. My associate is just up ahead. Can you show us the way?
What the hell?
Why do you tell that girl that this man can be trusted now?
Don't know. Maybe he was just trying to warm up to her.
Mm-hmm. You create a side, like we're on this side, they're on the other side.
Yeah.
Hey, you got 10 minutes.
Really?
And we're doing things my way.
Aggressive?
But I get it.
Of course, he's reasonable, that's why. He understands. He just wants his toes shield so bad.
I know.
No. This is a bad idea.
It hasn't been 10 minutes, John. Just sit tight.
Don't do that. Don't patronize me.
He knows what he's doing.
Going in.
God, what a fucking idiot.
This is all really easy for you, isn't it? All that serum running through your veins. Do you really want his blood on your hands?
I agree with your fight. I just can't get with the way you fight it.
Carly Morgenthau, you're under arrest.
So this is what that was?
No, Carly,
Tricking
wait.
me until your backup arrived.
No, I think we had enough time to talk.
You and that
Why don't
single
you come-
Fucking like top tier fucking criminal, and you think you can't just get out of their handcuffs.
Yeah. Never in fiction did that work.
Zemo talk to her.
Oh. I don't know.
Or shoot her. I like that he's committed.
Is that more serum?
That's the serum they had. That they brought from the fucking...
Is this what I think it is?
That was your time to attack.
Mm-hmm. He's a trained soldier, though. So.
No, good point, yeah. Oh, damn! I'd break your orbital bone, man. What was that for?
He probably wants it. It'd be funny if Zemo woke up and shot him in the head. Make a lot of people happy.
I want the serum back, or I will find you, and I will end you.
Why don't anybody say that, kill? It's overly dramatic. I will end you. You mean kill me? Yes.
No way that we can do.
Shouldn't have given him the shield.
I didn't give him the shield.
Well, Steve definitely didn't.
This fucking
All right,
guy.
that's it. Let's go. I'm now ordering you to turn him over.
I saw your role.
Should I put down a shield? Make it fair?
This fucking guy.
The Dora Milaje don't have jurisdiction here.
The Dora Milaje have jurisdiction.
Neither does he.
Dora Milaje front.
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
It's fun to watch him get his ass kicked.
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't like this guy at all.
Just don't want to be stabbed.
Nice.
Oh!
Nice.
He's gone.
You're right, man.
I need that serum, baby.
Yep.
They weren't even super soldiers.
That'd make me not want to take it more.
Push you.
Hell yeah.
Just give you some drive. Not everybody's like that though. Some people like taking shortcuts. They're fucking numbskull.
Yeah, he is.
Power just makes a person more themselves, right? Carly Morgenthau, Steve Rogers.
It's a good way to put it. I don't know if it's just always true.
I don't think so. Though. Some people might think that they're more than what they really are. They're just stronger and faster.
Yeah, but that might show that that's who they really were.
Maybe, but it's kind of like the cops when they do undercover things to try to tempt people to do bad shit, just so they can bust them for it.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. That,
Kind of,
that
yeah.
perception.
I can always meet with you and AJ and Lil Cass there. Maybe out back by the dock.
Shitty little girl.
Attitude from young people, man.
Maybe they found him.
It's Walker.
She got that mask on fast.
That little prick.
Ah.
He looks like a goober, doesn't he?
He does look
Like a goober face.
He does. He's like
I'm saying he's not. There's not. I mean, there's a handsomeness to him, but there's also a gooberishness to him.
Well, with the mask on, it looks pretty gooberish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Without the mask, he's got a masculine look.
Yeah.
But with the mask on, that jawline,
And
it
the
doesn't look right with the mask. Yeah. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
He took it.
What's with all the knives?
That's cool. Ah, that's kind of funny. Now take your head off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd be fucked.
He's gonna lose his shit. He's gonna wake up.
I'd kill him too, though, man. Fuck him. Bombing bastards.
Where is she?
Where is she? I can't believe he did that. I'd definitely kill all those people, though.
What's that?
Witnesses. You gonna kill them?
It's too late now. Kill them, more people will get you with their phones.
I'd
It's
kill
too late.
them.
The damage is done.
Kill them.
It's on the internet. You can't kill the internet. You ain't fucking Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch builders. Why is she fucking... I mean, she knows what this game is. She's killed a ton of people.
Because she's delusional.
I start saying, America, fuck yeah.
Running around to say the motherfucking damn.
Dude, the blood on it, man.
It's a good image, though.
Yep.
That was a really good episode.
Yeah.
By far, I was engaged.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
it's just my mood.
Oh, yeah. I can't stop thinking about the ending. Where he just completely...
Yeah, beat that fucking guy to death.
Yeah, and that's, like, it was a cool visual, and he obviously, like, this guy is made for us not to like him, and he's doing his job very well as an actor.
Absolutely.
Nothing against him. They want me to hate this character, and I do.
He's doing a good job as an actor.
Yeah, I'm glad that, honestly, I think I understand his journey I'm a little more sympathetic than like I just hate him because he's like annoying. You know what I mean? Like
I don't like him.
I know, but I think I understand his journey.
I don't hate him, but I don't like him.
Well, yeah, I guess when I say I hate him, I mean like I hate him. I don't hate him.
I try not to let sympathy get in the way of my work.
Well, I guess what I mean is like he's written in a way to where I can understand his fall. A little bit. You know what I mean?
A little. I mean, they didn't. Those two characters weren't so heartwarming and close to us.
No,
when
but
Battlestar got nailed.
Yeah, I mean he had big shoes to fill.
They're doing a very good job of telling his story.
Yeah,
and of developing his character into what he's becoming.
Yeah,
they're doing an outstanding job.
So I mean, he's like, is he? I mean, you know a little bit about it. Is he like a bad guy in the comics?
Pretty much. He's not an archetypal supervillain. He's no Vegeta. He's no Magneto.
Yeah.
He's no,
okay.
But he is a guy that was selected to fill the role, and this is doing a good job of conveying that he took dirtier means.
Okay.
To fulfill his ends.
Yeah.
So,
granted,
grow more violent.
Yeah, Lamar
Hoskins. Violent delights.
He's violent delights. Yeah. So Lamar Hoskins is his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually every time that character opened his mouth, I almost always liked what he had to say.
He was the more reasonable.
He seemed a lot more reasonable.
Yeah. Well, he definitely stepped into that role today.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So
Walker, yeah, I mean, I guess I imagine him wanting to do the right thing, and then he sees why not take this super serum, and then I'd be able to save more people and stuff like that.
They tried to. He obviously already wanted to take it.
Yeah.
He was struggling with his role,
mm-hmm.
and then when shit started going down with Lamar, he started justifying taking it.
Yeah.
With that situation.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I almost have to take it now.
Well, at that point, he took it, though, right?
I think he probably took it. I don't know when he really took it.
I thought it was
when he slammed the shield into the wall and was able to pull it back out. I would assume he'd already taken it.
And then I thought he took it between
it was
then.
Definitely obvious when he fucking knocked that guy through the door.
I thought it was right before then, personally. But maybe
I didn't have a hard time believing that he'd just be ripping shields out of the fucking concrete after he
you're
slung
right.
it 6 inches or more into the concrete. So, one side note on Madripoor.
Yeah.
I guess it featured prominently in the X-Men comics. And maybe branched off into other Marvel comics.
Okay.
But, Wolverine did a stint there.
Oh, he did?
So we know now that in the future, maybe we'll see some X-Men being mixed into the Marvelverse cinematic universe.
Yeah, and I mean, to me, it's too soon.
It is too soon right now.
Because I mean,
very soon. I'm not suggesting that they should do that, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it rushed.
Well,
they're doing a very good job of building this.
Even if it's great, I just don't want I don't love all those movies. I don't think they're all perfect. I just love their characters. I love the actors. Like I love Huge Jackman.
No, I'm okay with change.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's okay with changing it. I'm okay with selecting somebody else. That people have been kicking around the idea of the fucking guy that plays what's his name, Homelander in The Boys, to fulfill the Wolverine role.
I can't imagine that at all.
He's too. Well, the problem with Jackman too was that he was too tall.
Huge Jackman, yeah.
It'd be nice to find somebody that actually.
I think they should change the comics to match Huge Jackman. That's what I think.
Nah.
I mean, I don't think you're ever going to find a better Magneto or a better Xavier.
I don't know.
Even young and old. When they're young, they're fucking good.
Well, if you let me finish my thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
The fucking guy that played was Fassbender. That played Magneto when he's young. He can just play him when he's old.
I'd be for that.
Yeah. What's the fucking problem?
But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to
Why not?
wipe the slate clean.
Yeah, well, they can. There are a lot of fantastic actors out there. That Steven Dorff, for example. I was never really a big fan of his when he was young.
Yeah.
But he was grizzled and old in True Detective.
And they made him older.
I love that role.
He was so good at True Detective.
I love that role for him.
Yeah.
And that just proves to me that usually, I mean, some actors were just seem like they've always been old. Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Always felt old.
Morgan.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there were times he definitely looked a lot younger.
Yeah.
But he always felt like Jack Nicholson.
I think Morgan Freeman always felt the same, like a wise old.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
So even Clint Eastwood, I mean, I know he had younger roles, but he's always been that more stoic kind of guy.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm okay with them wiping the slate clean.
I'm sure I'm going to love whatever they do. I'm just saying right now.
I've been surprised with fresh talent before. So
yeah.
I did the 6 years ago the talk therapy.
Oh yeah, around the campfire.
Yeah.
You know what? That guy can act. Like, right, that scene.
Sebastian Stan is great.
Yeah, that was just a great scene. It was so good to see. Like, you know, he wasn't my favorite character ever, but he was always cool. It was great to see him overcome that part of himself. You know what I mean?
They made him a very sympathetic character.
Yeah, I think it slightly like I think if Zemo could understand a little bit more, he's very black and white on it. You know what I mean? Like he said, like Steve Rogers, he wasn't corrupted by the serum. And Bucky was able to overcome.
But Sam also made a point to bring up Bucky, and Zemo didn't have a retort.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He always said there's never been another one.
Yeah.
But
my TT.
Yeah, TT. Your aunt, I mean, not your aunt TT, but your TT. Did you ever have like a nickname, like a different relative? Like you always called your grandma Granny.
She just
Which like that, to me that's pretty unique. I don't think it's like TT though.
Yeah. No, we call her Granny.
I've heard people call their grandma Nana.
Nana, Meemaw, Nanny.
Nanny? Nana? Nani?
That's what my mom's called for my girls.
Nanny.
They call her Nanny, like a nanny goat.
I guess I've always heard Nanny for... I guess she would be a grandma. Oh, damn. I never thought of your mom being a grandma.
Yeah, she is.
It's weird to think about.
Papa broke her.
Papa. I've heard Papa love. I've also heard it for fathers quite a bit.
I've heard Pop for fathers.
And you just add Pat Pop for grandpas? No, I've heard Pat Pop.
Pat Pop. It's Papaw.
Papaw.
P-A-P-A.
Well, I know that. I've heard Papaw for
I know. That's what I always called my grandpa.
In movies for fathers.
Well, fuck movies. That's what I always called my grandpa.
I don't think I've had kind of a non-traditional type name I would give to a relative, but TT is pretty unique. I really liked Sam's approach to Carly. I thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, he did. He had a good approach, and the fucking Walker fucked it up.
Walker walked in there, kicked the door open. Don, you're under arrest, motherfucker. Yeah.
He's an ignorant piece of shit.
Yeah. By the way, when I die... Yeah, I mean, he is. I think he is.
I know, but I don't like just throwing it out there. I can come up with
something. Yeah, there's some piece of shits out there.
Yeah.
He's not a piece of shit. He's ignorant.
Yeah, he's ignorant, and he's...
Relative to everyone, he's a piece of shit compared to them.
Well, he's just a fucking... I don't know. I don't like him. He's too
I mean, he's so contrarian to how Steve Rogers is when he holds the shield.
Which is the idea.
Yeah, and it's more of a bastardization. It makes me dislike him more. I think if you're just some guy, I wouldn't dislike him this much. But he's like, I'm Captain America. This is how it's going to work.
And he actually, you know who I am. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
That attitude.
Yeah.
Air of superiority.
Yeah. But I don't think he is evil, and I think he wants to save people. He's just being a prick about it.
He's being pushed to this point where...
Yeah, and he's to the point now
But it's also the image of Captain America now where all these people are recording him with their phones.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's going to go fucking international.
I don't know how he can recover PR-wise from that.
Probably not. They can probably spin the story and say he had no choice or something. They're going to try to contain it somehow.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, how many episodes is this?
Well, didn't you tell me there were 6?
Yeah, this is 4. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, yeah. By the way, when I die, I want my tombstone to have something on it where you can get something out of it.
When I die, I want them to burn my body and take it somewhere else and not tell anybody I died. Of what Carly's fighting against the Flag Smashers. They said that before... Actually, no, Sam brought this up. He said that before there was barbed wire keeping these people out of countries, and now they were happy to welcome them in to help rebuild. Mm-hmm. And now it's returning to all that.
Yeah.
So it reminded me, of course, of more recent politics with Trump's wall.
Yeah.
Something which is more solidified, which is definitely a more it's a manifestation of the idea of legal immigration.
Yeah.
And illegal versus illegal immigration. And
I think illegal immigration is very bad. You know what I mean?
It definitely.
I don't think anyone.
It definitely has ramifications.
Well, I mean, yeah.
People can't think that it's good because these people are suffering. Well, it ain't just black and white.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to suffer. Yeah, I just want them to get in the country the right way. And I don't think that means that the United States can and shouldn't, and people, privately shouldn't help people who are, struggling and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you look at the situation right now, and it's very tense with. I hate to invoke the name of terrorism because I think a lot of that is politicized to a certain degree. But I think that you look at the threat that would pose with having open borders. Yeah. The people that... you can't just open the borders and say, well, everything's okay now.
Well, no country does that.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't be smart. I don't want to say I understand her frustration. I agree with Sam. I don't like the way she's fighting it. I really liked how he tried to approach it. I thought the actress did a great job in this and making me understand her.
Well, did a good job of making her more sympathetic as opposed to someone that's just a run-of-the-mill character that's out there being a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
One thing she said when she's writing, she was talking about something with one of her cohorts, and she was talking about how something they'd be written off to history or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then this reminds me of the people, especially right now, that are trying to rewrite history or challenge history in the modern day setting and remake our current image as a country or the world in its image internationally to fit their perceptions of history. Yeah. It's like, well, fucking people, the people with the money and the people with the means write the history books. Okay?
Yeah, and you know what's weird is I always wrongly thought that, you know what, the right history, the real history, there's always going to be people who understand that and it's going to get out. But I've seen
history is very subjective,
and I've seen now that like that's not quite the case. There's definitely the way people perceive events, and
history at large is very subjective. I do think the most objective history you can study is military history because you're just studying a battle, you're studying numbers, tactics, strategies, things that were documented heavily on the military side because they have a paper trail.
Observable, measurable units.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so you can discuss the politics behind a lot of those motivators. The motivators behind those armies, the factions, but in the end...
That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
So
back on that conversation, I really liked they were waxing philosophical quite a bit, the way Sam was just trying to make her understand, like, the difference between a freedom fighter and a terrorist, and got her basically exposed where she said, well, this person got my way, I'd kill them. Then she's like, well, I didn't mean it like that. You trapped me into saying that. But I thought, honestly, that is, when you have a debate like that, and they weren't having like a debate, where they're taking turns, but they were having a conversation, and I thought he was very smart about that. And like I said, I thought he was maybe getting to it before Walker came in and fucked it up with his goober face. You know what I mean?
Goober ears.
Yeah.
We did bring up the...
I like when Zemo... maybe Zemo talked to him. Oh, shoot her! And he was shooting her. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up that... they said blood isn't always the solution.
Mm-hmm.
When, I believe Sam was talking to Zemo.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of people that always want these rioters and shit like that to think that violence and bloodshed is going to get the message across.
It doesn't really do that.
Well, you look at prior to this U.S. Civil War, even people that were military, like they were veterans in the Mexican-American War.
Yeah.
Like they were prominent figures on both sides in the military. Said that you don't want this, basically.
Yeah.
And that's paraphrasing it, but they said you don't know what you're asking for.
Yeah. Kind of like Mel Gibson.
Yeah, because people were saying they want war, they want bloodshed, they want violence, and say, well, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You don't want it. It should be avoided at all costs.
No, yeah.
But people are frustrated, and they tend to not think very clearly when they're frustrated, just like John Walker.
Ao and the Wakandian, those guards.
Those Dora Milaje.
The Wakandian warriors.
They're called Dora Milaje or Milaje. I wrote it down, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay. So. That was a great action scene.
It was great to watch Walker get his ass kicked.
It was great to watch Walker get his ass kicked, and I thought, seeing when every time Falcon fights, like the stunt choreographers do a great job of using the things about him that are unique, because he doesn't just punch and kick and fly. He uses his wings. He was using his jetpack.
He wasn't fighting them with that.
Well, I guess not. You're right. He wasn't. But like every time we saw his action in the episode,
later on in the episode, it wasn't until the end that he had to get it.
And just like the pinpoint accuracy.
Well, he's doing some Batman shit. He's got a suit.
Yeah.
So he knows how to use it.
And obviously when they threw their spear at John Walker and locked him in there, and when he lost his arm, that was pretty cool.
It was cool. Yeah. I like how Zemo was just drinking liquor, watching him fight,
watching his leads.
He's like, okay, I'm out. So
he's probably wondering who's going to win. He's like, shit.
Like, well, now it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
All right. The big question this episode was, would you take the serum? So the idea that Lamar proposed was that it just makes you more of yourself, right?
Yeah, I like what he said. I don't know if it's always true, but I think you could argue it.
Well, that's typically the old adage, is that absolute power corrupts absolutely. That kind of idea.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have absolute power, but power in general.
Yeah, but
corrupts.
I agree with him in that fact. I agree with him when it's used in a way where like it corrupts a person, like consumes it. And like Steve Rogers, like he was this good guy, and then he became more of that version of himself.
Well, he was a man of this show.
So he was corrupted in a way.
This show has made a point of saying is that he was a man of outstanding moral fiber.
Yeah.
That there wasn't anybody else like him.
Yeah.
It wasn't just because of his power. It was because of who he was as a person.
But you think he became more good?
No, I think the idea was that he stayed the same. He stayed the course.
Okay.
He did everything that he couldn't do as a weak man.
Yeah.
So he was just able to do more. But he was still the same guy. That was the entire idea. He never varied.
Clearly in the first movie that was the case. Yeah.
Well, in what way did he change after that? He never wanted to kill anybody. He never wanted... I mean, I don't want to say that. I might be blurring into Batman here, but...
Well, I think...
What did he change?
I guess he became a more actualized version. Like the prime... Yeah, I mean, like, version of himself.
Well, it's because you're obsessed with physical aspects of reality here.
I think he could accentuate his moral fiber in a way for good.
He still would have done the right thing as a normal person. That's the only time you see him as a normal person is in the first film. So you can't just say that the first film is the only one that proves that.
No, well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I thought the message was in that. I think the message in that movie was he didn't change.
That's the whole message of every movie he's ever in, is that his character, he didn't change. He wasn't corrupted.
Yeah.
Iron Man wavered
and
shit like that, and was taken by a lot of emotional...
Yeah, I agree with Steve that, people shouldn't have to register. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a totally different conversation. But
I guess what I'm saying is, for all his greatness... I don't think he was able to do anything until he became Captain America. For all his moral fiber,
he could do little things. It's like Gandalf.
Hold the door for people and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, now
it's the little things, man. It's like Gandalf said, the little people, it's the small people in the world doing everyday things.
Yeah.
Or you can think like Hitler and think, well, we're going to bring in a bunch of people with guns and we're going to make everything okay.
Well, I'm not taking that side.
Well, it doesn't matter how much muscle you got. Just be a decent person.
No. I'm not saying that. I guess the serum...
I see what you're trying to say, but I'm just saying that it wouldn't have mattered either way. Steve would have stayed the same.
Yeah, I think the serum put him in a position to be a better person. It put him in a position to do more things that are good.
He could have done just as many good things in his life. They just would not have been on that level.
He helped save the world as Captain America. I don't think it was impossible. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
When you say more good things, is that they're being tallied?
Well, I'm not trying to quantify like how many. I guess I'm trying to say of more importance. You know what I mean?
I guess, but that's what we're talking about with Zemo and supremacy. The idea
do you think that applies to him, though? Like, I guess...
Zemo?
I think...
I'm talking from Zemo's perspective.
I think from Hoskins' perspective, it applies to, like... Well, I guess he becomes supremely good. You know what I mean?
If he imagines he would.
No, I mean...
But how many roads do people take when they think they're doing the right thing?
Probably a lot. Most of the time, quite a bit. I think most of the time, it corrupts people.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that, from Zemo's perspective, he's arguing that this idea of supremacy that led to the Avengers, that led to these people that are, they're out there destroying everything, costing a lot of lives. It cost him his family's life.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm still like, what the hell are the Flag Smashers' plan?
I don't know. Well, they wanted to make an army.
Okay, but they didn't have enough. I mean, like they could have beat all the Avengers.
They could have given it to somebody else and had it replicated.
You're right about that. Yeah,
something of that nature.
Yeah.
So
I did feel really good when Zemo started stepping on those things, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I felt good. Okay, he's gonna shoot her because I felt better about that than him trying to work a deal with her. Yeah, it was good for me to see that he was committed.
Yeah,
I like that commitment.
Yeah, and I agree. The only thing I was thinking is, okay, like they're committing to this because they could use that serum and do so many things plot-wise with it, but no. It's been destroyed, and there's one left, and I think John Walker definitely took it.
Oh, he took it. There's no doubt about that. When he's bending the pipe around the guy's hands and shit and kicking him 15 feet through the fucking air. He took it.
Yeah. I don't have too much to say. I just really, really like this episode.
It was a really good episode.
It was well made, well produced, well acted. Yeah.
It was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, and just like you said, the image of him and him with the blood. That's
it's a very powerful image, and kudos to them for that shot, that moment.
Fuck yeah! I agree.
So,
I like saying Latvia.
Latvia.
It's a cool word, Latvia.
It reminds me of stevia.
Stevia?
Like a sweetener.
I know what it is, yeah, but...
Latvia. Would you like some Latvia?
Well, I think of Latvia. Oddly enough, I think of...
Cut out a little portion of the country on the map. Some Latvia.
I think of chocolate when I think of Latvia.
It's like Hitler and Stalin.
That's a fun word.
Hitler and Stalin talking over the table. Would you like some Latvia?
Yeah, I don't think about that.
Ripping the country apart.
Here's another fun thing is when you're reading subtitles and the horse neighs, it says the horse whinnies.
Yeah.
It's always a funny.
No one ever says whinny.
No one says whinny ever.
That's all I got.
That's all I got too. great episode. Can't wait for the next one.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thanks everyone for coming back. If you're new, you're new. So if you like us, like and subscribe. Check out our Instagram. And do we have anything else?
We don't. You know what? I think we have a Twitter. Jamie runs it, and it's slowly growing.
Okay, well, I can't say because I don't know. But they're out there because he says so. So check it out. Enjoy it. And if you don't, you won't. Adios.